3, 4. Alright, hey, welcome everybody, welcome to the channel. This is another video I want to put up. I just wanted to say thank you for checking out the Songs of Swing video. It's been getting a lot of traction, and it's actually been getting a lot of positive responses, and it's just great to hear that that's connecting with people, and thank you so much for all the nice comments on there. Okay, so for this video, I just wanted to talk about the cage system. I wanted to talk about a few of the shapes that kind of overlap and help unlock the fretboard. I know that term is used a lot, but I think it actually applies, you know, when you think about it in a way where you don't want to be stuck in the kind of same shapes that you know, get caught in a rut on. I know a lot of times like a minor pentatonic and then the blues box kind of become you know, a place where people get caught. I certainly did. So the cage system has helped me kind of unlock the fretboard. So, and one of the ways I like to talk about specifically is using the shape, the E shape, the D shape, and the C shape. If you move the E up on a bar chord, you know, you can play it anywhere. So you play it here on G. If you take the D shape and move it up, let's move it up there to G. And the C shape, same thing. If you move it up, move it up there to G. If you notice, the back end of the shape is the same as the top end of the actual D shape. When we move it up into this position to G, the same chord. Back end here is the same, and the top end here is the same, right? And then if we take this, you know, in G, if we take this D shape up here, a lot of times you'll see people play it like this, you know, like the top end of your E shape. So if we play our E shape up on the 3rd fret in a bar chord, this is our G. The 5 and the 1 here on that like power chord, that would be also the back end of the shape here for G, right? And this is kind of like, speaking of that blues box that's up here, but we're dealing with like the major third, not the minor third. But we're going to slide into it, right? Which we did on another lesson. So anyway, that overlaps. And then, as we said here, this top end is overlapping big time. You know, we got the 1, the 5, and the 3 on both chords, using the same shape and the same form. So I kind of see that as a bridge. Like if you notice, it's kind of like a V shape coming up here and then back down into your bar chord shape. Like I see it kind of as a V shape and a real kind of connector, like those three. And also, like if you're coming back from this chord, the G up here, back down, like I kind of see that going in a downward direction, landing back into this shape, and then from here, when it's kind of coming from this shape, I see that kind of going upward. You know, if you think about it or hear a lot of guitar solos, there's really kind of like directionally they're only kind of going up or down, and it's usually back and forth and kind of like a melodic seesaw, if you will. But anyway, so, you know, like, right? Right, so it's kind of like connecting everything together there. One of the main things I'd like to point out here, like, so if you take this shape, right, which this is overlapping shape from the C shape in G and the D shape in G, if you take your root out and you just keep your 5 and your 3 on top, you can walk this down and you'll hear this famous old lick, right? And then you go into that top end, your 3 and your 1 on the G bar chord there, right? Right, very famous, and most people probably know that lick. I like to kind of not play it in that way. I like to do the so, or slide off, like I do like pull-offs on that. It's kind of like a Jerry thing. I hear him do a lot. Right? And pull off on that without doing the whole, I can't even do it like that. So I kind of like to use that, and that's a good way to kind of see that bridging everything together, so to speak. And another lick there is if you take this, if you take the D shape here in G, and you have this is your root here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? There's your major scale up. So there's your 5, the octave from the 5 here, right? If you bend the 2 up and then to the 3, right? You can then walk up chromatically to the 5. Also another pretty famous old lick, but like something like that, you can mix it up. Right? A lot of kind of like licks in there, and that's all based off the major third. Like keeping it very major sounding, right? And so anyway, that's kind of all I wanted to show you. Like those 3 shapes really afford a lot of like playability through there, where you can kind of loosen it up and stretch it out a bit without kind of being confined, and maybe find yourself in different areas and not feeling so lost in there. You're like, oh, okay, I'll just fall into this shape. Like same thing, right? So wherever you are, you're like, oh, okay, I'm now in this shape, now in this land. And then the more you get used to that, the more freedom that you have to, unlock the fretboard. Anyway, I hope that helps. I hope that is, beneficial to your playing. And if you like these, subscribe to the channel. And thanks a lot.